Hello, good morning, tubers. Matt and Roy back once again, back to you on Sunday, the 23rd of February, 2020. I'm not going to lie to you guys and gals out there. I am hurting this morning. I've been hurting for the last couple of days. I bought myself one of those sit-up benches. You guys have probably heard all about it by now. I talked about it on the live streams, a couple of the vlogs. And I must have overextended a tendon in my back. At least that's what Dad thinks. And my lower back has been killing me. Now, the funny part is, I find it funny anyway, if I'm standing up, I'm good. I feel no pain at all. If I sit down, I start to feel a little twinge in the lower back near my tailbone. The worst, and the real reason that I have not been able to sleep that well, when I lay down is when I feel that excruciating, pinching pain. And I don't think it's a disc. Don't worry, guys. I don't think I'm down and out for the count permanently. But I do know that I'm not going to be able to do sit-ups for at least a week or two. I need to go ahead and kind of nurse myself back to health here, at least where my lower back is concerned. It's not the first time that I felt this kind of pain. It's muscle pain, definitely, because if Dad massages it a little bit, because he was a massage therapist, it goes away for a while. So I don't think it's anything serious. If it doesn't get better in a few days, I'll probably go to my doctor and I'll see if he can prescribe me some muscle relaxers or something. But other than that, I'm doing real well. I'm going to turn you guys around, show you a few things I've been doing in my room. Talk to you guys on the flip side. All right, spending the morning watching We Hustle Daily, actually just watching YouTube videos. About to see, it looks like he sold his 4x4 Explorer. That one I think wound up being a really good deal. He's talked in the past about how he's not a big Ford Explorer fan, but he definitely made out on this one. One thing I did over here, I pulled up that shelving paper that I had here because it was looking really janky. It was looking real pitted and it was ripping, and I replaced it with these mats. Now these are really just placemats that I picked up at Rose's, but I like these because I can move them around for one thing, and for number two, when they do get dirty, I can literally just pull these up. Like I'll pull this one on the end up real quick, it just comes up like that, and I can put it right in the washing machine. And there you go. It'll be clean again. They do kind of move around a little bit, so I might just get some rubber feet and put them on there. But if I do that, then of course I won't be able to wash them. But it's a beautiful day out here in Southern Virginia. Still got the trailer there. And if you look behind the trailer, you can still see a little bit of snow right there near my neighbor's house. I'm actually surprised that hasn't melted, but we have had some pretty cold nights this past week, and it's nice to see. It might be the only snow we get this year. Okay, and so before any of you ask, I know you're probably going to want to know, how am I doing keeping this closet clean? Well, I'm doing okay. Basically, Mom and I, mostly I, cleaned this entire closet out a couple weeks ago. I'm storing all of those Dells that I got in that giant computer hall from Tappahannock over here. These are two 24-inch 24F displays that I actually showed in a live stream a couple of days ago that are actually going to go and replace the brand new 24H displays, is it? Yeah, 24H displays that I have on my main system now, mainly because I just don't like the way those look. Those are ones I got from Office Max, and oddly enough, they were right about the same price. Let me make sure I got that right. Oh, I'm sorry, they're 24YHs. But these do not have as good of a viewing angle. These only have maybe like 120-degree viewing angle. Any more than that, the image gets obscured, so I'm going to replace them with the same monitor as this one. And again, this is the 24F I got from Best Buy last week, which is the same as the two in the closet. And if I go to the side here, you can see that almost all the way over to the side, I'd say I'm maybe at about 80 degrees now, you can still see Theodore's face clearly, whereas with those other two monitors, you would not be able to do that. So that's going to be a major, major upgrade. Yep, still have my Alvin and the Chipmunks collection. I always have people asking me about that too. I try to clean them off though. You can see we do have some dust issues. I need to get back doing that very, very soon. But nothing else in here's changed for the most part. I still have my charging station here. The trusty Parkside PAS4B43 electric screwdriver. This thing is awesome. I use this daily for my computer rebuilds, for projects around the house. This thing is really powerful. And I'm telling you, I got this from Lidl for 15 bucks. I've probably had it for a couple of months now, and I've used this almost religiously, and it works phenomenally. I'm really surprised at the quality of this, especially seeing as other Parkside products I've bought in the past were of questionable quality. This one seems to do really, really well. And even better, it actually charges. It's got a USB-C charger, so you can actually just charge this with your cell phone cable. Very, very convenient. All right, everybody. Time for some cold starts. That's right. Officially, I think it's about 36, 37 degrees right now, but it was much colder than that earlier. So, let's start with the Yukon. You guys ask me for cold starts, and I honestly has not been cold enough to do them recently. Try to fumble with these keys here. This is my 2005 GMC Yukon Denali XL with about 182,000 miles on it. Ooh, premium Aldi quality seat cushions. No, they're real janky, but you know what? They work. They make it a little bit more comfortable. All right, so what do you guys think? Will she start? I haven't started this in a day or two. Let's see. Make sure I turn off the radio here, because I know the radio's on. Come on. There we go. Battery voltage looks a little bit on the low side. I don't know, folks, so let's see if she'll start. Oh, yeah, no problem. No lights on the dash, 182,197 miles. I have to say, I do really like this vehicle. It does have some electrical gremlins at times, namely this goes out sometimes. Right now it was just warning me about ice. Ice, ooh. And every once in a while the screen, because this has got the Bose premium sound system in it, every once in a while this will just cut out. But other than that, she's been a pretty reliable vehicle. Give it a few revs here. Oh yeah. That Vortex 6-liter that they put in, same one they put in the Hummers. Such a sweet motor. All right, everybody, moving on to the LeSabre. Now, in the interest of full disclosure, this vehicle may have a slightly weak battery. This is the one that I got from O'Reilly's, and it's under the back seat. But we'll see. I've had a couple of days where it really didn't want to start on me. Again, turning off the radio here. Let's see what the battery voltage. This one actually tells you the voltage. 11.4, it's not too bad. It should start at 11.4. All right, let's give it a try. Oh yeah, she started. She may not have been happy about it, but she started. Not surprised the security light is on. Whenever the battery voltage gets a little bit low, if it dips below 12, I usually get that on. Oddly enough, it doesn't affect this vehicle at all. Once I turn it off again, I'll just do this real quick. If I turn it off again and then start it up real quick, which I don't usually recommend doing when they're cold, it goes out. So yeah, that was just because of the low battery. What do you got on here mileage-wise? 142,096 miles. I have to tell you, out of all my vehicles, this one is the nicest. For a vehicle with that kind of mileage, look at the carpet in here. There is not a stain, a wrinkle, a crease, or anything. Absolutely beautiful carpet. Typical dash popping up in places. That's about the only thing I can say is a defect on this, but even the paint outside is really good on this. Ooh, I might have to drive this later. This one actually has some gas in it. All right, everybody. Give this one a couple of light revs. Don't really want to do it much until it warms up. You can rely on your LeSabres, that is for sure. All right, and last, but certainly very not least, the 1996 Chevy Tahoe Luxury Sport. I'm going to go ahead and open this. That lock's frozen again. Typical. See if I can get it to unlock. Ah, there we go. Just got to hit it a couple of times. This one I did have running yesterday. And this one by far has the most mileage at 230,661.9 miles. And yes, that is the tenths over there. This one I have almost no doubt will start. Out of all the vehicles, even with that mileage, this one I have the most confidence in. So let's go ahead and give her a try. Oh yeah. Little bit of something. Let me turn this off here. Turn that radio off. A little bit of something when it first starts. Good oil pressure. Decent amount of gas in there. Wow, that battery's really charging. What is that? Charging about 16 volts maybe? This has very good oil pressure until it warms up, and then it goes down to about maybe 29 or 30 psi. But for this type of GM vehicle with the 5.7 Vortec, that's perfectly acceptable. I have to tell you folks, let me shut this real quick because that's driving me crazy. This is by far my favorite of the three vehicles. With that kind of mileage, to only have had the top end of the engine rebuilt, that is a milestone to me. And this thing is in really decent shape for the mileage. Yeah, it's got a little bit of a saggy headliner here and there, but for the most part, she's really clean. Back seats are nice and clean there. They even fold forward. I think this was the first year they actually did that. So let me go ahead and do a few quick revs. I think it's safe to do it now. See if she's warmed up enough. This one has the Flowmaster exhaust too. Yeah, I don't want to do it too much until she warms up, but I'm not actually going to do that today. So you guys will have to wait for a warmer day to really hear that exhaust. But man, she is a really reliable vehicle. Good girl. What do we call her? Tilly the Tahoe. I don't know. I decided to name this one. This one's Tilly the Tahoe. Hopefully she'll give me many, many more years of good, reliable service. And yes, she is a four-wheel drive, though I wish it had the conventional four-wheel drive on the floor and not the push button. These tend to have problems. Crossing my fingers, this one seems to still work really, really well. All right, folks, I am actually still in my slippers. It's a lazy Sunday morning, so I'm going to go back in, see what the rest of the day brings. Talk to you guys on the flip side. All right, everybody, back inside warming up. You can see we got Mr. B here. He's doing well. So is Milo. He's putting on a little bit of weight here. You got to really watch it with him. I don't know. I try not to feed him a lot, but you got to remember, indoor cats, the food that they eat, they really don't get a chance to work off. Though he does run around at night like Milo. I do hear them doing that. Want to say hi? What you doing? What you see, buddy? What's over there? He's waiting for the birds to come and feed at that feeder, and or the squirrels, because they will do that too. All right, but you're doing good, Baxter. Okay, so I am making some of my famous honey oat bread. I've actually switched to this bread maker. I had a Oster one that was newer, but I noticed that the bread for some reason would fall about towards the end. So I went back to this one. This is a Regal Kitchen Pro that I purchased at a thrift store probably 2-3 years ago. And as you can see, we have 18 minutes left. And if you look inside, that looks absolutely delicious. I'm going to lift it up real quick. That's a near perfect loaf. I can't believe how good that looks. I got to get a thumbnail for that, maybe even for Instagram. But this recipe, I'm going to go real slow. This recipe I have sitting up here. This is my little bread maker book. Let me bring it over here so you guys can see. And it is really, really easy. This was from the breadmakerrecipes.com. You can see how old this is. They actually, wow, they actually still spelled out .com. But the ingredients are simple. It's called Honey Oatmeal Heaven. You have honey, water, vegetable oil, salt, rolled oats, and then just flour and yeast. And that is about it. And the one thing I like about this recipe is it actually gives you the sizes for your different types of bread makers. So you can do a 1 pound loaf, 1.5, or in my case, 2 pounds, because that's actually a 2 pound bread maker. And I just saw something really interesting. Back in the day when you used to print out things from the internet, it used to give you the URL and the date. Check out the date. I printed this on 9/15 of 2001, so September 15th, 2001. 3 days after 9/11, I printed this out. Wow. And you can see it's definitely well worn, but I actually put on here back at some time, used the second bread setting, but I've actually went back to using the first because that only applied to the real cheap bread maker that I had at the time. But if you guys want to get this recipe, you're welcome to go ahead and pause the video here. I'll go ahead and just skim over the 2 pages real quick. And there's the actual instructions. But yeah, great, great bread. So I'm definitely going to have some of that later. I'm not sure what else we're going to get to today, but we'll see what the rest of the day brings, and I'll catch everybody on the flip side. All right, everybody. About 10:15, exactly 10:15. And I'm about to cut into this bread here. Came out really, really good. I'm probably going to have this end piece if I can get it cut right for lunch. Let me see if I can do this. Let me line this up properly. Is that it? No. Nope, I think it's like this. There we go. Go ahead and slice into that. Hopefully it doesn't come apart too much. It should. You need to make sure you wait for this to cool down. I think I did enough. And it should fall. And there she is, folks. I'm going to take a little bite of this, see what it's like. That is a perfectly cooked honey oat loaf of bread. And I will tell you, I eat this with chicken salad all the time. It's absolutely delicious. Now, if you look in here, it's perfectly done. Now, what you need to do, make sure you keep it in the bread maker. My secret is I keep it in for about an extra 5 minutes after it ends. That way I make sure that the bread itself is cooked, because this is a very dense loaf, and the more dense the loaf is, the longer it's going to take to cook. So if you guys and gals do this, make sure you leave in the bread maker an extra 5, maybe 10 minutes, just depending on the strength of your bread maker. Well, I am actually going to make my lunch here in a few minutes, since I got up at 6 a.m. today. I had my breakfast around 7. I always usually eat lunch like around 10:30 or 11, so pretty soon I'm going to turn this into an excellent chicken salad sandwich, open face, because I don't want to eat too much bread. And I'll talk to you guys in a little bit. All right, so before I eat my lunch, I want to ask you guys, or pretty much ask you guys, a favor. And I'm not sure how I want to put this, but I'm getting to the point in my weight loss journey where I need to seriously consider getting some skin removal surgery. I was hoping that I wouldn't have to do this, that everything would firm up on its own, and a good portion of it has. But around my abdomen area and lower stomach, getting close to the groin, but not quite there, there's still a lot of loose skin, and it really does bother me. I can't really run. I can jog, but I can't run because it'll move around a little bit too much. So I want to know from some of you out there, if I started a GoFundMe page, which I am seriously considering doing, would you help me promote it? I'm going to tell my entire weight loss story, basically from the start back in September of 2017 till the current time. I'll give the numbers. Basically, it was half my body weight. I was 416 pounds, and now I'm more like 213 pounds, 210, 213, depending on the day. So I literally lost more than half of my body weight. If you guys would be, and gals out there, would be willing to help me promote the GoFundMe page, see how much we can raise, because at this point, I don't really think that my insurance is going to pay for it, because it is still technically cosmetic. And that's something that is highly debatable, because it is a hindrance to me going any further on my fitness journey. So let me know in the comments if any of you out there would be willing to promote the GoFundMe page if I did it. I'm going to go ahead and pause this. Got a few things I have to do. I may have some people coming over later for some computer repairs, but I'm very interested in all your guys and gals' feedback, so I'll talk to everybody on the flip side. Okay, so I had to go upstairs. All this filming I'm doing for today's vlog has seriously drained my battery on my cell phone, and I have to give a shout out to Walmart. I am not a big Walmart fan by any stretch of the imagination. However, their Black Web battery bank is awesome. This was a Black Friday deal from Walmart. I want to say this was $14.99, and if you look at the specs on here, this has a 20,100 milliamp battery. That's right. That's not 2,000 there. Check that out, folks. 20,000 milliamps. So I believe the battery in my phone, the Samsung Galaxy S9 Plus, is about 4,200 milliamp hours, or has 4,200 milliamp hours. So that means that this battery bank could theoretically, at 100% charge this phone about 4 times. That's 4 times without this thing needing to be charged. And it does have little LED indicators, and this does have the dual USB on it, so you can charge 2 devices at once. Being this has that kind of battery life, man, this thing could charge 2 phones and probably still charge 2 after the fact. So I'm going to carry this thing around with me. They do tend to warm up a little bit, but it's not too bad. I mean, you can put this in your pocket without really getting burnt or anything, but you will start feeling heat, especially as it starts charging the cell phone battery. And this also does support rapid charge, or I think it's called quick charge. This goes up to 2.1 amps, so that would be quick charge, but not rapid charge. I think rapid charge is 3 amps, but it's enough to charge your cell phone from about 50% to about 50%. I believe it's about an hour to an hour and a half. So again, not bad. If you guys and gals out there need something to charge your cell phones with, definitely look at this, the Black Web, and this one is model number BWC 18W101 from Walmart. They do still carry this, although now that it's not Black Friday, it's like $22, $24 depending on the month. Well, I'm going to go ahead and pause this, and I'm going to show you something really, really cute on my bed that you guys are not going to want to miss. Talk to you in a sec. Okay, so we saw Baxter earlier, and now we got to show you guys Milo. Milo has been in the window all morning long, being so cute, and I feel bad. I know he's not asleep, but he is very tired. This is the sweetest cat I've ever owned. He's the most mischievous cat I've ever owned, but he's also the sweetest cat I've ever owned. Look at those cute little pink pads. Are you a good boy, Milo? You know you are. What baby? He's got some goop in his eyes, but I don't want to bother him right now. He's just so happy. One thing cats absolutely love, at least every cat I've ever owned, you massage their ears very lightly. I don't know what it is about their ears, if they have a lot of nerves in there, but they absolutely love it. Look at you, Mr. Milo. You're a good boy. All right, everybody. I wanted to give you guys an update on the 2 cats, Milo and Baxter. They're doing just fine. Mr. Milo definitely got some allergies going on, though. Like the rest of us, it's funny. This time of year, it's been so warm that all the trees, all the bushes and everything are blooming, so we're getting a lot of pollen. Usually this time of year, my allergies are perfectly fine, but with the warmth that we've had, they have been out of control. Oh, good boy. All right, folks, there's your daily dose of Milo. Talk to you in a few. Okay, everybody. Quick retraction. What I said before about the black web, it does actually support rapid charge. Apparently, there are 3 different charging modes. You have the slow charge, which is 1.0. You have like the medium charge rate, which is 2.0, and then you have what they call the rapid charge, which is 2.4, and those are amps. So 1 amp, 2 amp, and 2.4 amp. And right on the bottom here, it actually does say outputs 5 volts at 2.4 amps max, and that is on both of the USB ports here. Unlike cheaper ones, will give you like 2 amp charging on one, and the other one will be like a 1 amp. So again, this will charge even a Samsung phone at the rapid pace. So just love this thing. I mean, I cannot tell you how many binds this has gotten me out of times I've had my phone with me. I was filming a lot for a vlog or, you know, a documentary or something I was doing, and my phone was going dead. This thing saved my bacon. So again, highly recommended. Milo is still fast asleep over here on the bed, so let me pause this. And what are we getting on? We're getting on to 11 o'clock, so I'm going to go and get my lunch and probably wrap up this vlog in just a little bit. Check Milo out, everybody. Eating some chicken salad. I'm just doing this to prove to Mom that he does indeed eat this, because I've argued this point with Mom before. Mom says he will definitely not eat my chicken salad. Well, look at that, folks. Milo is most definitely eating the chicken salad. And before you say, oh no, that's not good for him, it's totally fine. It's just chicken with some peppers and onions, a little bit of garlic, and very little mayonnaise. So this is actually the type of stuff cats should eat. This is all natural versus the pet food you get in the stores like 9 Lives and all that cheap stuff. That's all highly processed. Cats are much better off eating this kind of food. It's much better for their system, and it could actually make them live longer. I've seen cats get an extra 5 or so years just by eating fresh food like this. Well, you enjoy that, Milo. I still haven't eaten my lunch, at least not all the way, so I'm going to go ahead and do that. But you know what? We're going to probably end the vlog. We're going to end the vlog here because I don't want to make it too long. Guys, got a little bit of everything today. Thank you for coming. Hopefully you continue to like and subscribe. And what do we say, Milo? Have a blessed day, everybody.